Good morning, all of you. I'm Sushant Pandey. I'm pursuing my postdoc from Department of Software Engineering from University of Gothenburg and Chalmers. These are my presenting outline. First, I will discuss the motivation behind my work. Then I will discuss what are the different embeddings, what is the motivation of using this. Further, we will discuss our objective, some proposed work, results, conclusion, and some important references. We are all knows that natural language processing plays a key role in our daily life. For example, I'm moving to Sweden from India. I don't understand Swedish, so I need a language translation to understand Swedish words. These are one of the application of natural language processing. And object triggered, for example, Google, Apple, Hey and something like this are all application of NLP. Similarly, we all know that programming language is just like a mathematical model of natural language. So, and a natural language have its different granularity. For example, natural language have characters, words, sentences, paragraphs. Similarly, programming language have variables, expressions, statements, methods, and functions. And one important thing is naturalness hypothesis. According to naturalness hypothesis, all the software is a method to communicate with humans. And the programming language, corpus is similar to natural language corpus, and there are some similarity between these corpus. And we can use this similarity to build a smart or some better software engineering tools for everybody. So, but objective is for any natural language processing or programming language processing is to not to avoid semantic meaning of any sentence or program. For example, there are two different ways to do this. First is the formal semantic, which is just a predicate calculus. You are just blocking that text and calculate and convert into some of the formulas, I already said, predicate calculus. Second is vector representation. As already Miroslav said, vector representation is you're just plotting some specific name or number or some or object of value of interest into some n-dimensional space. For example, here in the programming language context, init have some specific vector values. In the n-dimensional space, init is very close to char, and so it has also some similar embedding vector like init. I'm showing that. Yeah, this is here. This is the t-SNE plot of word embeddings for C and C++. From one of the well-known model Word2Vec. Here we can see that the similar words are very close. For example, init and char are very close to each other. Free and delete, these are very close to each other. They have some semantic values in programming language. Similarly, hash and hash include, they also have very close to each other. The distance between these two are very close. So it indicates that they have some semantic values and they are very close. Their meaning are not so far from each other. What are our objective? We are going to detect design patterns. Recently, we are conducting some experiment on singleton design pattern. Why we have chosen singleton design pattern? Singleton design pattern actually restrict instantiation of a class from just one instance, and it is very useful for an object, if an object is required to coordinate across different systems. So it is very important to instantiate that. And to investigate our study, we formulate two research queries based on that. First is about to which degree can a model find a similarity between a singleton or a non-singleton design pattern. And the second one is for what amount non-pattern specific code makes a programming language to lose their ability to identify a singleton design pattern. We are investigating our findings based on these two research queries. as we have used two pre-trained model. These are already over BERT model. Transcoder is mainly a Facebook model. It is actually a functional level transcompiler. It translate one functions of a program into other functional program. It mainly supports 3 different languages nowadays: C++, Java, and Python. And OpenAI, as Miroslav already discussed a lot about OpenAI codex. So it is also a BERT-based model. But OpenAI can interpret both programming language as natural languages. And these are the pre-processing pipeline that we have following in our work. The tokenization, functional extraction, binarization, extracting embedding. Tokenization is actually a tokenization of individual granularity. In our work, we have used a functional level words level tokenization, and further we are extracting functions based on our programs. And binarization is a process to create or to build a specific number of a specific token of a generating token, and then we are going to extract embedding from the encoder or decoder phase. This is the pipeline of a trained model. We can see that the reference code are extracted using extractor, and this reference code, functions, are further tokenized using using tokenization to handle. Actually, while creating tokenization, there could be a very unknown tokens that should be handled. To handle that unknown tokens, BP is applied, and after that, the tokenization are binarized. Binarized, as I have already discussed, these are different number for a specific object. Specific words, and finally, these binarized value are feed into encoder decoder phase. We have to extract our embedding to find similarity between these different design patterns. So we have extracted our embedding vectors from the encoder. This is one of the simple singleton program that we have used in our experiment. This is just a simple program. It's nothing in this. This is its corresponding tokenization vector. You can see that individual words have specific tokens, and even different lines are also intended in this tokenization. We have modified our experiment by initiating some unused variables. So this is the modified program. We have added some characters. We have added some variables which we have not used. The red lines are omitted from the program, because if we add this, this is just for illustrating purpose. If we add this, then the model will generate token for these comments also. But the transcoder can handle this also, because it is built on to avoid comment in C++, Python, and Java. And this is its corresponding token as of the original one, and this is the for the modified program. And functional extraction. Functional extraction, it's just differentiate different classes or standalone classes for Python and for C++. Static methods are just a class and function outside of the classes. However, for Java, it only corresponds to static methods. I've discussed BP just to just handle those unknown tokens in the system. And after the tokenization process, the binarized the binarization of the program is getting. This is the output of our this is output from the transcoder model that we have used to extract embeddings. These are the first one is the token, and the below one is about the binarized value. And as we have discussed, we have used 6 different programs, 6 different open source programs from the GitHub, and we extracted their corresponding embeddings. And we plotted, this is the t-SNE plot. t-SNE is actually, t-SNE preserves the global structure of the program. So we have used t-SNE. We have also used PCA, but and we can see that the 6 different programs are very different, are very far from each other based on their semantic structure. This is their corresponding PCA. PCA just just violates the global structure, but it preserves the global structure, but violates the local structure. So based on PCA, we can see that the skeleton 3 program and skeleton 1 are very close to each other. However, the skeleton 6 are very far from these two skeleton program.
Can you say more about the modifications that are in?
Actually, I have already mentioned here. I've already just added some unused variable, the character C and bool.
Okay, but what did you do in singleton 2 and singleton 3?
I have added similar unused variable in all 6 programs.
Oh, just different.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I have not added any other to just unbiased results, to get unbiased results. So these are the 6. These are the PCA visualization of those 6 programs. And this is the modified programs that we have added unused variables, which are for all 6 programs. And we can see that this is the corresponding PCA. After overlapping all this, we can see that the green one is the modified one, and the red one is the reference one, the original one. We can see that these programs are getting far from each other, and similarly we can get in the PCA, but don't confuse with actually just because of the different level. We can see the different levels, so that is why we are seeing close, but they are very far. Here we can see that the levels at 25. Here the levels are 5. So what are we getting from this after conducting experiment? We get we can get some similar programs based on their design patterns. We can identify different programs based on this, and we are also thinking to conduct experiments while adding 2 or more different programs into it and feed into the transcoder model to get their embeddings and compare them. And in future, this such mechanism can help to build a tool that can help to identify different design patterns instead of singleton. We can thinking to add other design pattern programs in our experiments. This such tool can also be helpful to build other tool that can be used for missing code identification. If we have some programming language code, we don't know what to add in that, so that can be helpful to create such a tool. And code similarity, for example, there one's reference code and somebody wants to copy that code, and so based on their embedding, we can figure out that these 2 programs are very close to each other. So we can identify that these programs are very similar. So that can be also identified using this.